Hi, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Fit Anywhere with Chris and myself. And we have various people who will be sharing today, especially Susan. Okay. Today we're going to be talking about, supercharge your life, right? Okay. And essentially it has to do with life, having energy, right? And the thing about life is that you want to have energy, and what's energy actually is ultimately it is about having vitality. I mean, energy, we can do a lot of things, but we want to have that vitality to be able to live life to the fullest, right? So what's the definition of vitality? You can see here, it is about a feeling of being alive, right? And it's about feeling healthy, feeling capable, and being energetic, okay? So if someone has vitality, they have great energy and liveliness. Okay, so, but of course, fatigue seems to be the characterizes much of modern life, right? And so we're going to address fatigue today, all right? However, I just want to say that fatigue can be a bit complicated because it might have to do with rest. It does have to do with rest. It does have to do with exercise. It does have to do with your health. It does have to do with a mental and emotional state. And then, of course, it has to do with nutrition, right? So I'm just going to ask, I'd like to share with you about, for myself, for example, many people think that, if I retire, I won't feel so tired. Okay, well, I want to tell you that I actually tried it, right? I retired and I did feel really tired, okay? In fact, I probably felt more tired during my retirement than anything else, not having to do something is probably not the answer to fatigue. Okay. What about you, Chris? What do you have anything to share about yourself about fatigue?
Yeah. So I didn't expect this work fatigue or low energy to ever for me to feel that in any way, because I'm young. Since young, I've been highly active. I've been doing sports. I've been eating well, sort of keeping healthy.
Yeah, you do
And
eat well.
yeah, and I try to be busy, right? So
Mm.
like I'm involved in church, this, that, and the other, activity, school, work, then friends and things like that. So um, I I started to notice, like, I did I didn't really feel like feel a big change. It wasn't overnight, but eventually I felt like sort of a just constant low energy over a long period. You get what I mean? Like after I sleep, I'll still feel tired. I'll wake up, I'll still feel tired. Just after I wake up, I will after coffee, after lunch, I'll feel sleepy. It'll be hard for me to maintain my focus. I'll have no very very tired, no energy, and no desire to go out and do the things that I used to like. Like go hike, spend time with my friends, things like that. Yeah, it was really what really wasn't in a good space at that point in
Mm.
time. Yeah, and yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I like that, and like to hear more about it. But um, because sometimes when we don't have energy, when we feel that no energy, we think of sleep, right? I need to sleep, okay? Or maybe I need to do nothing, okay? And of course, we also sometimes think that I need to reach for my coffee. Actually, because no coffee, I cannot wake up, right? How often do you hear people talking about that? And of course, a lot of people like their energy drink or their sugar drink, fruit drink or something. Uh, and they feel that they need it to give themselves a boost. All these things, of course, are very short term. It might help you for now, right? But is that the way that we want to to live our lives. Okay, for example, for myself, I want to tell you that I sometimes think that sleep is important. Okay, sorry, scratch that. I know that sleep is important. Okay, however, I found that there is a quality of sleep that is more important than anything else. So when I nap in the afternoon, it actually affects my sleep in the evening. And then what happens is that it then has it has a backlash, because the next day I feel more tired and less rested. So that's what happens with me. Chris, any thoughts for yourself?
Yeah, I you know, when you mentioned about you sleeping and feeling more tired, sleeping more but still feeling tired, I totally resonate with that, because at that point, one point in time, you know, I was just sleeping a lot, still feel tired. I would actively not try not to go out. So like, you know, like let's say I feel tired, then I'll just say, okay, I'm just gonna spend a whole day, you know, staying at home, resting, watching watching shows, you know, and not going out and doing stuff. But I still feel that low grade tiredness, and you won't feel really rested after the weekend. You know,
Yeah.
and when I try the sugar and energy drink, not only does it only work for a very short while, so maybe like an hour, but I actually feel more tired after that. After like I sort of crash after the high. So
Absolutely.
so yeah, so I'm very aware that all these things are sort of like I was, when at the point in time when I was fatigued, I knew that these were just temporary solutions, but I didn't know how I could reach that source, that core of the problem, to solve that core issue. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm,
So that's what I found.
mm. I like that. Thanks, Chris. So the thing about it is that, is there a solution? Okay. Remember just now we shared that it's quite complicated because it has to do with many factors. But one of the key things is that let's not look at the short-term solutions, because the short-term solutions just help you for this morning or this noon or this afternoon. But can we get to the source of energy? All right. And over the next couple of minutes, I just want to talk about this source of energy. Okay. Now, if we can sort out this source of energy, actually a lot of things might go our way, right? And so, what is the source of energy? At the end of the day, the source of energy is something we call ATP. All right. ATP is the final fuel that all our cells use. All right. Yeah, I know. It's not going to be too complicated. All right. But thing about it is that this, whatever it is that we have, whether it's carbohydrate or protein or fat, it ultimately the body will turn it into ATP so that the cells can use it for energy. And what happens is that of course, like everything, we combine the ATP with oxygen and then we have energy. Okay. Now the key to this is that it takes place in this thing that you see on the left, right? This is called a mitochondria or mitochondrion. Okay. But every cell has got several mitochondria inside. So the more mitochondria you have, and the better that these mitochondria work, the more energy you will have. Okay, so let me repeat that. Okay, the more mitochondria you have in the cell, and the better that the mitochondria work, the more energy you will have. And the more energy you have, the more vitality you will have. Okay, and the key to this is that not only will you will be more energetic, which has to do with muscle, but you will actually, your body actually will do its work better. For example, when your liver has got more, the liver cells have got more energy, they do all the chemical processes that the liver does better. When your pancreas has got more energy, all the pancreas cells has got more energy, it tends to produce more insulin, so you have a less issues with diabetes. Okay, so it's really quite crucial, because this source of energy not only leads to feeling better, but it also leads to being healthier and therefore not aging so quickly. All right, now this was a video that came out in Discovery Channel. You can see this is 2012, and this video will tell you about how this particular product that we're going to be talking about soon was developed so that you can have mitochondria health.
Scientific experiments at academic and commercial labs show that our genes do not control our fate.
Our research is beginning to reveal the reality that the aging process is a symphony that is being played in the body. And in order to play that symphony extremely well, you need an orchestra of genes being somewhat cooperating with each other to make sure that the aging symphony doesn't get out of tune.
Meet Dr. Joseph Chang. As a chief scientist of a privately funded lab, he's dedicated his life to nutritional intervention for the war on aging. He becomes interested in youth gene clusters related to mitochondria, tiny structures in our cells. These are miniature motors that fuel our bodies, maintaining our energy levels from cradle to grave.
Yeah, the mitochondria, like the battery, does drain over time. If we don't recharge the mitochondria battery, we won't have the energy needed to run the cell. And if the mitochondria doesn't function optimally, then these early signs of aging begin to appear.
On the other side of the world, partnering with Dr. Chang at a sister lab, is Dr. Josh Zhu. He's using his knowledge of the natural world to battle aging with the most unusual of ingredients. The scientist believes that he is getting close to discovering the key to resetting mitochondrial gene expression with the help of a fungus called Cordyceps sinensis.
Cordyceps sinensis is a fungal product, a natural product. It's just similar to any kind of a mushroom.
But this is no ordinary fungus. His studies have found that after taking Cordyceps sinensis, their exercise performance capability improved.
Cordyceps sinensis shortened recovery period and improved cardiovascular function.
Cordyceps sinensis drastically heightens endurance and energy metabolism and fights fatigue. The results indicate that Cordyceps sinensis could potentially counteract the strains of daily life that lead to aging.
We can see a Cordyceps sinensis not really just extend the lifespan, but healthy lifespan. We proved Cordyceps sinensis is really anti-aging herb.
Dr. Zhu's Cordyceps sinensis research is added to other blended ingredients to create Dr. Chang's anti-aging compound.
This is the first time ever where some of these natural ingredients, by using modern scientific methods, to demonstrate that it can actually extend lifespan.
Okay, so this is what they developed eventually. As you know, that was from 2012, but they eventually developed this particular product called R square, and it comes with R square day and R square night. All right, so the R square day, as you saw from the Discovery Channel video, has got a lot of Cordyceps sinensis. It's also got ginseng and pomegranate, and it is the interplay, the blend of the ingredients that really helps to give energy through the day, right? And more important, well, it's not more important, but just as importantly, it actually has a partner, which is R square night. And what does R square night do? It helps the cells to detox, to purify themselves. So they clean themselves out, and then in the daytime, they are ready to work again. You know, it's like any healthy system. You need to get rid of some stuff. You need to get rid of the waste products so that it can do the work that it's designed to do. Okay. And since the launch of the product, we actually have got research that to talk about the efficacy of this product. Okay. And one of this is a treadmill test for mice. So the mice were divided into two groups. They were put on a treadmill and they were tested for their baseline effective energy levels. Okay. Then one group was fed a placebo, another group with our square. And finally, after 5 weeks, okay, they were tested again. Now the control group actually registered a slight dip in exercise time now, but the R square fed group had a 63% increase in exercise time. So this is really irrefutable empirical evidence that R square works. Okay. Now, of course, you might think, okay, it works for mice, but does it work for men? Okay. Well, we can't put humans on this treadmill test, but 90% of consumers in the study felt they had an improvement in fatigue levels when they took R square. So I hope that helps you to build your belief that this is really powerful. Okay. So what are the benefits? Just speak very generally here. It raises and sustains baseline energy levels, right? So we know about that. But it also helps the body to neutralize and remove cellular waste, right? I told you about that with the R squared night. Now, what happens as a result of this is that the cells are protected and they are fortified against the ravages of external toxins. What are external toxins? All the things that we are exposed to in this modern world, right? Haze, smog, COVID, ultraviolet rays, smoke inhalation, etc., etc. All of these things, and some of these things are carcinogenic. We know that it can affect us and cause cancers. Well, the body needs to up its defense against all of these toxins so that it can fight off these effects and not succumb to the illnesses that can result. Okay. And of course, it restores normal cellular function. Okay. So some people, they find that their hair becomes black again. Some people, they find that their eyesight improves. Some people, they find that their pre-diabetic conditions reduces. Some people find, like for me, I found that my asthmatic condition, I was asthmatic after the age of 40, and my asthmatic condition improved. Okay, and now I am almost completely clear of asthma. Okay, so if you have any of these things, you might like to hear more, right? And R square is for men and women over 18 who just feel tired or sluggish and unable to engage, or who want to have a more active life, you know, want to have the key to more active life. Okay. As I said, for myself, I really, my health really improved. Okay. And I'd love to show you what I do these days. But Chris, what about for yourself?
Thanks, G. So as I mentioned previously, I felt I was suffering from low energy fatigue, even at like in my late 20s, you know what I mean? And being I feel I was healthy, you know, and highly active in sports. And when I took R squared, honestly, I felt that I had no business doing so because I was very young and I didn't expect it to have any effect on me at all, honestly. But when I took it, I immediately noticed a few things. Number one, my alertness was much better, my focus. So especially after the lunch hours when I, you know, after lunch, in a snoozy part of the day at work, I will find that my focus is better. I don't need to take coffee, and I can focus until the evening. You know what I mean? The next thing I realized was that like I woke up with feeling rested and with a lot more energy. I would sort of like jump up my bed and be instantly awake instead of like snooze for half an hour or stuff like that. Yeah. And also, this is a bit of a side thing, but I just felt my overall energy levels in my sports, I felt stronger, I recovered faster, and I could go stronger for longer. Yeah, when I did sports. So I really felt a big difference when I took ASCO, and I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I mean, Chris, of course, is a very active guy, young and active. So Chris, maybe you can talk about some of the other things some of the other solutions that we have for energy. You are muted, Chris.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Yeah, so actually, really, R-squared is for anybody. At that point in time, I felt I was normal. Honestly, just maybe a bit tired, but I didn't know how big a difference it was. I didn't know I was tired until after I started taking it in that sense. You know what I mean? Then I realized, oh, this is what being alert and energetic feels like. Okay, but what about like people who live a very intense lifestyle? Let's say you work long hours, 10, 12 hours, you sleep very little, you've got intense projects for long periods at a time. On top of that, maybe you're involved in like your church or other clubs outside. You've got a hobby you want to pursue, you've got many friends, you want to live an active lifestyle, and also maybe you're also into a lot of sports. So on top of your work, you're into sports outside. Let's say you like to run, do marathons, play soccer, rugby, whatever it is, go to the gym. Yeah. And you feel that currently you have to you sort of to manage, like, oh, I cannot go to the gym or cannot exercise this day because otherwise I got no energy to go to work the next day or something like that. But what is it possible to live a full life in that sense? Yeah, to do well in your work and do well in your sports, and be highly energetic and give you 100% in each of them. Yeah, so I'm going to speak about, aside from R-squared, which is extremely key, I'm going to speak about two more other things. Okay, next. Okay, so Cordymax is really boost your stamina. So it's made from cordyceps, like in the Discovery Channel documentary. Highly potent and a really, really good supplement, for people who do sports and just want to up your endurance. Let's say you like hiking, you like running, you like the outdoors, or maybe you just, as I said, you need to work for a long time with intense focus. Maybe you're a surgeon or maybe you're a lawyer or whatever it is, in your job, right? This really helps you maintain your energy levels throughout and doesn't let it drop. R-squared gives you that boost from here to here in your energy level. Cordymax reduces the dip. It allows you to maintain the energy level so you throughout. Yeah, so I find that this really, really helps. So in my endurance running and general focus throughout the day. And I take this when I prepare for exam or have an intense period at work. I want to go for hit my business goals and want to work really hard for the week. I'll take this, or before a competition or sports event, I'll take this. Yeah.
Wow, I like that, Chris.
Yeah. Okay, and the next one I want to mention is Life Pack, because this is basic, like just a basic foundational multivitamin. Basically, it's got 40 different antioxidants, minerals, and phytonutrients. And like a car, no matter how good it is, won't go fast if it's missing parts. Yeah, this basically ensures that your body has all the parts, nutritional parts necessary for it to operate properly.
Okay.
Yeah. So just by solving this base, it's not even targeted for energy, but even when people who take this alone find a boost in energy. I remember one of my customers who was actually this cleaner, You know, she used to feel really tired around. She'll clean the whole day, you know, people's houses, freelance cleaner, clean the whole day, and then go back and just knock out at around 10, 11. She'll feel so tired. Then one day she calls me up and says, oh, thank you so much, Chris, you know, because now I can watch my Korean show until 3, 4 a.m. because I've been taking life back. Yeah, so I told her, hey, don't watch your Korean show so much, you know, you still have to sleep. Yeah, but this just shows that proper nutrition will lead to energy as well. Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. Now, does it really, really work? Well, you saw the science just now. There were also medical tests. I mean, there were laboratory tests. But the other thing is that, you know, New Skin actually was a sponsor for not just the Winter Olympics, but also for the US Olympics team, okay, in 2004 for the Summer Games in Athens and Greece. So, you know, it would never be able to do this if the products were not efficacious, right? It's not just about money, it's about effectiveness, okay? And right now, I just want to bring Susan on to share her testimony because she has really she's really benefited from this. Sue, would you like to take it away?
Sure. Thanks, Jeff. Hi, everybody. I'm Susan. I'm 57 this year. Before I turned 50, I was having a lot of trouble with my knees. I went to the specialist and they said that I had double knee osteoarthritis, which was quite a blow. And it got worse and worse, and I became less and less mobile. As a result, I couldn't, you know, I couldn't exercise. I was gaining weight, and then I became heavy and lethargic, you know, and really lacked energy. Then one day, my friend introduced me to R Squared together with Y-Span, and I took it. One of the first things that I felt was a increase in energy. So that was good because there's more buy-in, right? There's belief. So I kept on taking it, and then my knees got better, and finally the doctor sort of cleared me and said that I was fine. But one of the really amazing things is that I got more and more energy. So whereas before, you know, give me half a day and I'm like ready to die, can't get up the next day and so forth. Now it's like, okay, give me one hard day. Okay, come on, the next one, bring on the next one. And it's allowed me, I'm now 57, and it's allowed me to take up like new activities, things that I find meaningful and so forth. So I think that R Squared is brilliant. I mean, it didn't change the color of my hair, but that's not the main thing for me. The main thing for me is the energy and the better knees and so forth. We went to Yosemite last year, actually. And, you know, the hiking trails there are long and they're steep, they're rugged. And I think it wasn't bad because I managed to do the trails. So, you know, impossible a few years ago. Impossible without R Squared and Y-Span.
Absolutely. Thanks, Sue. Because, you know, of course, Susan's my sister. I can tell you that it used to be like she couldn't even take one flight of stairs, you know, either up or down because her knees were so bad. And so it's really improved. And well, thanks, Sue. And here is one more testimony. And this testimony is from Veronica. And she has got, you can see here that she says that she's a life skills trainer. Okay. And, you know, her problem, of course, with all this, as with everybody, you work too hard, you don't have energy. And she said that, well, with R Square, I can go on high key without feeling tired and have lots of mental clarity and sharpness. Okay, now I can stretch the day past 10 p.m. And she finishes her meetings without experiencing mental fatigue. Okay, and so that's just so amazing. So thank you for coming. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it into the chat. But otherwise, I just love to end off by just showing you that you know, even old men can be young, and we are really as energetic and with as much vitality as we just put together, you know, our lives. Okay, so encourage you and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you. Yeah. You know, Chris and Jeffrey, you know, I take R square. I've not added on the Cordymax, right? Because R square itself has got Cordymax that gives me the energy. So I like that you shared today on how it maintains and reduce that dip. Yeah. So with that, I'm going to try also to add on the Cordymax.
Good.
For people who are sports people, you really fulfill a difference. Yeah, but R square itself is really fantastic also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you very much for sharing.
Wonderful. Any other questions or any other comments, anybody?
R square is really good. Seriously. I used to, you know, go back home at like 8 or 9, and then I already feel so tired and started yawning, you know, even at 9 p.m. because after the full day at work and then with the children, just a little bit of enrichment lessons with them, and I feel so tired. So yeah, with R square, I really feel more energetic. I've got back-to-back meetings from morning from 8 till now. I barely even had lunch, a proper 45 minutes lunch, but I still feel quite energetic, and I'm glad that I even make it for today's session. So thanks a lot for sharing. Cordymax, I want to get that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, I take it. You know, on the days that I run, I just take Cordymax.
Oh, so you take R square and Cordymax together, Jeff? Add on.
Yeah, I add on.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks,
sharing,
everybody.
Wendy. So happy. Yeah, thanks for sharing your testimony.
Yeah. So happy. Yes.
Okay, thank you, everyone. We're going to close it. Okay, have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.